apparently didn't get the message in yesterday's video or live stream, because, and like I said, I'm not angry or anything, I just don't think you understood. Because I said this repeatedly during the video. I said it's not pretty much the age difference that gets me with the whole thing with Kate Stewart and the Colonel. It's the fact that it's fraternization within the ranks of a paramilitary organization. You do not poke around with your employees, especially if they're your subordinates. Hell, even Kmart, when I worked there, had a fraternization order where managers were not allowed to date, a female, female, male, whatever you were, fellow employees, especially those who worked for you. Matter of fact, if you were related to somebody, you could not work on the same shift because they wanted to prevent nepotism and stuff like that. I'm not saying they're fraternizing. I'm just saying, but they had very strict guidelines about that. It's one of the reasons I got away with murder when I was at Super K. Like I said, I didn't like being that person, but I had a manager who became quite an a-hole. And it finally got to the point, like I said, this was a dark time in my life, because when you're working 10 p.m. to 7 a.m. every night in a retail store for the better part of, I think it was 6 years, you really see the dark side of humanity. Trust me. I've seen things no human being should have to see. I died laughing at all those vampire people who were doing the LARPing. I was like, folks, I live the lifestyle of a vampire. I literally go to work after dark, and I usually come home, before the sun comes up. During certain times of the year. But this is what happened. They started doing this thing where suddenly they completely changed our job descriptions, okay? I was assigned for hard lines as a shelf stacker, basically a stocker. I stocked shelves. Then they said, well, because you are trying to keep a minimum of personnel, they expected us, especially during the holiday season, to drop everything and run up front and man a cash register. And I'm like, that's not in my job description. They even tried to make me sign another form saying that it was now in my job description. I was like, guys, what? You've been employing me as a full-time employee. Every 88 days or so, or 89 days, I have to sign a form saying I know I'm part-time, even though I'm working full-time hours with no health insurance. And now you expect me to man a cash register, which means now you want me to handle your money. Which means if anything goes wrong or anything like that, I'm out the door. Which didn't really happen because they could barely get any sane person to work there. It's another one of the reasons I got away with murder there, is they couldn't keep people on those hours. We were working full-time hours as part-time employees for years. Then when I finally did get hired in, about less than a year later, they laid me off. Or they cut me back to part-time and took my full-time status after I finally got it. Well, but get to the story. One night I was back in the back. I'm manning it's basically a high-low, aka a small forklift. And one of the things they teach you in the safety manual is if you're in the middle of a process and you've got a load in the air, you don't stop for anything. You get it onto the ground and out of the way as soon as possible. It was in the manual. So I'm back there, and sure enough, I got a tricky one because they've got it wedged in there tight. It's got like cat litter on it. I need cat litter for the one aisle. So I finally get it wedged loose. I'm just starting to get this thing out. I've got it in the air. And then suddenly my manager, well, he was the younger manager, comes walking up and goes, why didn't you come up front when they summoned you guys to the front checkout? I said, because I'm in the middle of pulling a load out and I couldn't leave it the way it was. Otherwise it might fall and hurt somebody. Next time you do what the F I tell you or you're fired. Blah, blah, blah. He really copped an attitude. He shut up real quick when I turned around and looked at him. I go, yeah, it would be a shame if corporate found out you're porking that young girl up there in health and beauty, wouldn't it? See what I mean? And just like that, he was my new best friend. Like I said, I was an evil guy back then. I really was. I was really on the dark side, man. The main supervisor got on me one night, and I actually looked him in the face and go, "It'd be a shame if upper management found out you've spent most nights in the back, recovering from a hangover. Meanwhile, you've got the only outside line to the police if something goes wrong or there's an emergency here. It'd be a shame if corporate found that out. You're showing up most nights drunk." Like I said, I was an evil bastard. Like I said, before that, I worked at McDonald's for like several years. I was the night maintenance guy, and I had people always coming up to me starting shit. I remember because one of the managers started there, and I looked him dead in the face. Like, it would be a shame, if upper management found out just how much money you're skipping out of the deposits and the tills every week. So, yeah, I was. Hang on a second. When I snap my fingers, you will forget you were ever gay. I was? Well, it must have worked. Okay. What do you mean I was playing a piano and doing my own Liberace show on Vegas a week ago? Okay. Normally we talk about Doctor Who, but all we got going on right now is war between the land and the sea. And that's roughly why you don't fraternize with subordinates. Okay? It puts you in a very, very compromising position. That's why Kate Stewart should not be doing the horizontal mambo with a guy who's a colonel who's barely 30 years old. Yeah, we do know that unit overturns soldiers quite a fast rate. But the fact this guy's a colonel, and I think the actor who plays him is like 29. Most guys retire out of the military at colonel, okay? It's not something you just pick up by the time you're out, you're not 10 years out of college and a frickin' colonel in the military, all right? People are going to say, him and Kate are kind of having a fun time there, and it's going to demoralize and screw up your discipline. That was my problem with Kate and as I said before in the video, Sir Patrick Stewart was 72 years old when he married his 36-year-old bride. I got no problem with age gaps. Hell, my wife's 8 years older than me. My problem is you don't do that in a military organization, and I feel Kate Stewart would be too damn smart to do something that stupid. Because like I said, it leaves you in a very compromising position. Because when the investigations hit due to some bureaucratic nonsense, well, it seems here you were putting, what's his name was putting his Oingo Boingo in your Velvet Underground, and you're letting him do this, letting him do that. Word's going to get around. Okay? I'm Sodi Femboy from Greece, and you? What happened to my eyes? They got beautiful. All right, don't you just adore them? All right, well, she likes to think she's the boss, but we all know who's truly in charge at the end of the day. Well, she is. So that's why I was going on a bit about that yesterday in the live stream, because, yay, great, cute. It is just a TV show, but at the same time, you didn't see the Brigadier Pork and Corporal Bell on the side, did you? Yeah, sure, he was getting plenty of action. Come on, he was the Brigadier. Who knows who rode that mustache of his? Oh, God, now I don't even want to picture that. Calling me doctor. I can't do Brigadier's voice, I'm sorry. And Nicholas Courtney's just too iconic. I shouldn't do that. Where are you? I'm here. On your screen. And I'm talking to you. Don't harm others. And if the dog orders you to go murder somebody, don't do that. It didn't work out for the Son of Sam guy. All right, well, it's too late. He already did try to make Unit woke, and look at all the excess characters they shed for War Between the Land and the Sea. Notice a lot of faces missing. But so far, it's like I was kind of worried because of the way Unit was portrayed in the last couple seasons of the show. And also, someone else brought this up. You notice how Kate Stewart went from science leads the way to gung-ho super military, machine gun toting crazy witch? Somebody put up a clip of her when she first appeared all the way back in Power of 3. And like when, during the big thing with the building turned into a gun and shit, I think it was, I can't remember which episode it was. It'll hit me in a minute when it's not important. But I wonder if the Curdle's a steady shot, or is he 5 rounds rapid? Oh God! Now I'm going to be thinking about that all day. What language is this? It's called American. Some would call it English, but I don't say cheerio, pip pip, and say that my plates are sore. All right. My crush picked a guy who can't even do 10 push-ups over me. Why would he do 10 push-ups over you? I don't want to even do a sit-up over you. Oh, you mean that? Well, if you're into that, hey, more power to you. I just love the trolls. They make me laugh. They're getting more innovative and creative every day. I got to say that much. Somebody made an AI. I'll talk about that another time. This AI video that's so fake. It's like, oh, then again, there's a bunch of those, so I couldn't narrow it down. Nothing will stop Jesus. Even your thoughts are heard by God. Hey, if you want to believe in the invisible man in the sky who watches everything you do every minute of the day and allows war, death, sexual assault, rape, all that to go on this planet, more power to you. Whatever gets you through the day. Don't worry, I'm just joking too, guys. If one of the first things you're going to learn in the world, and it took me a long time to learn this, if you can't laugh at yourself, you're a miserable shit. So, the devil causes all that. Oh, gosh. Didn't the devil not appear in the Bible to like how many edits in? Oh, man. I'm sorry. It's just I can't take a book seriously that's been edited by humans so many times and retranslated. It's like a game of whispers gone wrong. It's just... But like I said, if it gets you through the day and it gives you faith to believe in something, that's on you. But I can't do it. I'm sorry. Especially when you realize, like I said, they stole 9/10 of their stuff from the Egyptians, the Sumerians, and a whole bunch of other things, and then cobbled it down into a book. I hope Jesus stops loving me. My butt's getting sore. Right, I'm just kidding. Hey, but thanks for the way, call it. For the good thoughts, anyway. I know the whole story of Lucifer, a.k.a. the Morning Star, a.k.a. Beelzebub, a.k.a. Waycott, a.k.a. the Boogeyman. Like I said, it's called an excuse not to believe that you have to be better than that. Everybody has good and bad, but you have to be better than the bad. It's kind of hard. It comes from within, and you really have to overcome that and look for the good. Well, he probably does love my brother because I think he's a Baptist. I don't remember. Oh, well. Like I said, I'm not here to I'm just saying, look, War Between the Land and the Sea, doing really well. Like I said, I think they could have left the romance angle out. It would have been better. And also, we got the next couple parts coming up. I'm going to try to get the Omega files together for this Saturday, I think. I'm going to have to message everybody now because I forgot all about it, to be honest with you. I got a doctor's visit this afternoon. And also, I'm passing the 15-minute mark, so I got to take off. Well, why not Robert De Niro? Facebook thinks I'm David Tennant. And that tells me right there, AI is all wrong. I'm not kidding. Pictures of David Tennant are being identified as pictures of me on Facebook. How the hell did this happen? Oh, well. So take care, everybody. I got to run. I'm already almost a minute over, so please enjoy your day. Be kind, be calm, be safe. And we'll see you all hopefully again tomorrow morning. Take care. Hang on if I can hit the button. Hang on.